I'm named Sherman. I'm going to share right where I'm at before I pray and before I thank this committee. I was real excited about coming here to this convention. But, you know, when I got here, the disease started working. And it wasn't personal because when you get ready to deliver God's message, the disease got to do what he got to do to kind of like shut you down. And what happened and what got me back on point was I really want to thank all those people with 90 days or less. Because as I sat there and I watched them come here to get the books and get the tapes, that made me realize why God has me on this platform today. You know, so, you know, when I got clean, it's an old time in my area with 27 years. They call him Crutball Shorty. And when Crutball Shorty started to see that God started to use me, one of the things that he said to me was, Sherman, never get too cute in this process. See, because I would get cute, and I would start thinking that I'm doing this off my juice, and I would forget that I'm only here through the grace of God. So it's customary for me, every time I share, is for me to pray and ask God to help me get out of the way. And it's a prayer that I love because they took the banners down, but the theme is, what can I do through service? So I want to take a minute and say our service prayer. God, grant me knowledge that I may speak according to your divine precepts. Instill in me a sense of your purpose. Make me a servant of your will. And please grant me a bond of selfishness, that the work that I do and the words that I speak may truly be yours and not mine, in order that no addict anywhere need die from the horrors of addiction. You know, what can I do through service? You know, it's an old time in my area. She's not here no longer, and we call them predecessors. And I never forget Carmelita, before her passing, would tell me something that I hold real dear to my heart. She said, Sherman, if you're not coming out of the literature, you need to take that shit to the subway. You need to take it to Trailway, or you need to take it to Southwest Air. So it tells me, and what can I do, right? Or it tells me what can I do to service, right? Because I see a lot of things going on in this fellowship, and I think like a lot of us don't understand. In the beginning of the book, it talks about everything that occurred in the course of NA service must be motivated by the desire to more successfully carry the message of recovery to the addict who still suffers. It was for this reason that we begin this work. We must always remember that as individuals, members, groups, and service committees, we are not and should never be in competition with each other. We work separately and together to help the newcomer and for our common good. We have learned painfully that inner strife cripples our fellowship and prevents us from providing the service necessary for growth. And the theme in this convention is like my favorite chapter. I call it the hidden chapter because it's between the steps and the traditions. And it's a chapter on what can I do. And in what can I do, it says, for anyone who wants our way of life, we share. What do we share, Sherman? We share our spirits, our strength, and our hope, instead of preaching and judging. It is sharing the spirits of our pain help just one person, it was worth the suffering. You know, the third tradition talks about in order for the new member to feel as though they belong, they need to hear something. They need to hear something that they can identify with. You know, they got this movie out. I don't know if it's new, but I just started watching it. It's called Criminal Minds. And I love that. I love that movie. And I kept watching it, and they kept referring to the person that they was looking for as the sub. And I never knew what the sub was. So one day I was watching it, and it said it was the unknown suspect. And I remember and I'm tying this into Narcotics Anonymous because I remember being in active addiction. And I remember my family being confused and baffled. Not only was they confused and baffled, I was confused and baffled. But my family kept asking me a lot of dumbass questions. They kept asking me questions like, boy, what is wrong with you? They kept asking me questions like, when are you going to get yourself together? But I didn't know. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I'm talking about, man, it's a bitch being an undiagnosed addict. And I wanted to stop, but I couldn't stop. And I always had this desire in my heart to want to stop, but I couldn't stop. And one day I prayed and I asked God, see, because it's my belief that all of us in here got here the same way. Do you remember being out there in utter desperation? Because I don't want to forget the story that brought me here. Do you remember being out there in utter desperation? Because I believe at some point in the process, all of us said, God, help me. Help me, God, because I want to stop, but I can't stop. So when you pray and you ask God for help, you cannot pick and choose where the help comes from when God sends the help. If you are in a Narcotics Anonymous meeting, what you need to know that God has answered your prayer and sent the help that you asked for. I know a lot of y'all wanted to go to the Betty Ford Clinic. But he brought me here to Narcotics Anonymous, man. I'm talking about I wanted to stop and I couldn't stop. And I'm in a meeting. And I thank God that we have something that's called a burning desire. Because I'm in a meeting, and I'm in this meeting, and I'm looking over at the secretary's desk. And I'm looking over at the secretary's desk, and something caught my eyes. No, it was not a red bone. Something caught my eyes. Man, it was a book. It caught my eyes, Carla. And I went over to the secretary's desk. And I asked her, how much is that book? She told me the book cost $10. I had $5 in my pocket. I raised my hand on a burning desire. And I said, do anybody in here had $5 so I can buy that book. And this time, I really done the right thing with the money. Come on, man. Y'all remember when we was hungry, and we really was hungry. As soon as the money hit my hand, my hunger pains went away. But this time, Alexa, I really done the right thing with the money. Because I told y'all I wanted to stop, but I couldn't stop. And I opened the book up. And it said, man, it said many books has been written about the nature of addiction. This book, I'm talking about a book written by addicts, for addicts, about addicts. This book primarily concerns itself with the nature of recovery. Man, I'm sharing my story. If you are an addict and have found this book, please don't do nobody else a favor. Do yourself a favor and read it. Because I told y'all I wanted to stop, but I couldn't stop. I did not know what was wrong with me. So I continue to read. Come on. Now I know y'all can identify with what I'm talking about. And it said, based on what? Based on our experiences. We believe, what do we believe, Alexa? We believe that every addict, including the potential addict, the one that ain't got here yet, including the potential addict. I ain't know what I was suffering from. Suffer from fucking what? Suffer from an incurable disease. I did not know I had a disease that was worse than HIV and cancer. Incurable disease of body, mind, and spirit. We were caught up. We were caught up in the grip. Stop right there. Let it sink in. Grip. Caught in the grip. Have any of y'all ever been caught in the grip of something? I went to Webster's. The word grip collar means siege. Siege. Something that you trying to get away from, but you can't get away from it. Caught up in the grip of a hopeless dilemma. Now, it's bad enough being in a dilemma. But a hopeless dilemma? The solution is not the woman. The solution is not the man. The solution is not the car. The solution is not the house. The solution is not the job. The solution is spiritual in nature. Therefore, this book will deal with spiritual matters. How can I find out the solution in the beginning and still do something different and expect different results? I ain't even got to get to the second step. It told me right there that all that other stuff wasn't the solution. So now I got to do something. Now I got to get honest. The little say through the steps, each of us come to our own understanding of the program for ourselves. So now I got to get honest. I got to get honest about what? Hold up, man. What's wrong with y'all people? When I got here, I'm talking about me. I'm talking about my story. They kept telling me those dumbass shit, but God ain't in the first step. extraterritorial mean something you can't see. God ain't in the first step. Hold up. We are mismanagers, right? We are strong-willed, self-centered people who are thrust together here in that. We are mismanagers, and not one of us is capable of consistently making good decisions. So I was listening to the people that was making wrong decisions. So listen to me. So I had to ask myself something in the first step. Sherman, what happened in your life when you thought God went on vacation and left your greasy ass in charge? What happened? You gotta fit the literature. What's wrong with y'all? You gotta fit the literature. The literature say most of us do not have to think twice about what happened. We know. My whole life in thinking became centered in drugs in one form or the other. The getting, the using, and finding ways and means to get more. Couldn't enjoy the one was in me because I was worried about where I was going to get the next one from. In my ears was always the same. Jails, institutions, and in the end I walked around spiritually dead. I want to die, but you keep waking me up. I want to die, but you keep waking me up, man. Why the fuck you keep waking me up? Why, God? Why you keep waking me the fuck up? I want to die. I've never been afraid to die. I've always been afraid to live. Why you keep waking me up? So that's what I had to ask myself, man. And they say, man, we are relieved to find out that we have a disease instead of more deficiency. So I get to my second step. I couldn't believe in God. People keep talking about you got to believe in God and you got to do this and you got to do. No, I couldn't believe in God. Listen to me, newcomer. If you're angry with God, I understand, but keep coming back. I couldn't believe in God. How could I believe in God? How could I believe in God? God kept waking me the fuck up. How could I believe in God? In the end of my addiction, I was living in a room and I was on 49th and Nanny Helen Burroughs. I looked like death. I smelled like death. I'm HIV positive and I had open wounds all over my body. And 9 times out of 10, these open wounds had maggots coming out of them. How the fuck can I believe in God? God, you keep waking me the fuck up. So it's sad, man. God is so good. He give you permission in the second step to have a make-believe God. He said you can call it the group, you can call it the program, and if you don't like those two, you can call it God. So I couldn't believe in God, so I thank God for the group. I call the second step the keep coming back step. And I'm not one of them ones, listen to me. I'm not one of them ones that they told to sit down, shut up. And if we want to know how to get high, we'll call on you. I'm not one of them ones. What you mean I ain't got nothing to share about? I did not have a sponsor that say that don't share for a year. You ain't got nothing to share about. That is a lie. That is a lie. What you mean I ain't got nothing to share about? I can't shoot no more dope and I ain't got nothing to share about? Are you crazy? The literature say sharing is risky, but sharing will save your life. So I shared tell me that. Let me read something. Because at some point, we got to change. Don't talk to me like that. They talk to me like that out there. Oh man, hold on. Come on, help some of these people, the ones that got talked to like that. And I'm the only one? So what the fuck I want to come in here and get talked to like that for? That what made me want to get clean, because they kept talking to me like that. Go to the store. I'll give you one when you get back. Then when I get back, they tell me they give me one on the next package. As we do this, we undergo a value experience in our change. On a practical level, change occurs because what's appropriate to one phase of recovery may not be appropriate for the other. So it was appropriate at that time. We constantly let go of what has served its purpose and let the God guide us through the current phase of what works in the here and now. So I shared. I always had a desire to want to stop. The second step say the most obvious form of insanity is the obsession to use. I'm going to tie this in, man. I'm going to tie it in because I'm going to go to the third step. But stay there with the obsession to use. They say the only requirement for membership is a desire to stop using. It says in our stories and in our experience of trying to carry the message to the addict who still suffers one painful fact of life has emerged again and again and again and again and again. An addict who does not want to stop using will not stop. They're going to be analyzed. They're going to be counseled. They're going to be reasoned with. They're going to be prayed over. They're going to be beaten. They're going to be locked up. But they will not stop until they are ready to stop. The only thing that we ask is that you have this desire. Without it, you are doomed. It don't say you might be, you may be. It say your ass is doomed. It's another way of saying dead. But with it, miracles will happen. I just told y'all the second step, say the most obvious form of insanity is the obsession to use, right? I told y'all I've been sharing since I got here. I raised my hand, I shared, and I talked about how the woman ain't want me no more. And the group told me to don't get high and keep coming back. I shared about how I'm HIV positive. The group told me don't shoot no vinegar and crack cocaine in your groin and keep coming back. I shared about how I ain't have nowhere to go when I leave the halfway house. The group told me don't smoke no love boat and keep coming back. I just told you the second step, say the most obvious form of insanity is the obsession to use. The most obvious way to know that God is working in your life is when he removed the obsession to use. I didn't get high and I kept coming back. And one day I woke up and I no longer had an obsession. Listen to me, y'all, people with those 90 days and under. And I no longer had an obsession to go down Central Avenue or Division Avenue and get me 3 for $25 and some shake cup to go on it. The third is just to say the real miracle will happen. A lot of us are still looking for the miracle to happen, and the miracle already happened. Man, it's God. Don't bless me with nothing else in life. If God don't bless me with nothing else in life, it say the nature of an addict will never change. Meaning we will be so ungrateful for the things we don't have
Still being grateful for the things we do have. Is God don't bless me with nothing else in life. 90 days, 1 day, 3 days. Is God don't bless me with nothing else in life, the blessing have already happened. You hear me? 3 days. All I ever wanted to do was stop. All I ever wanted to do was stop waking up ill, spitting up, wondering where I was going to get me a shot of dope. That's all I ever wanted to do, man. That's all. You know. So I had to go on. You know what I'm saying? So my third step was like, God, take my will in my life, guide me in my recovery. Show me how to live. God, take my will in my life, guide me in my recovery, and show me how to live. God, take my will in my life, guide me in my recovery, and show me how to live. Who want to stop thinking and trust God? Who want to stop thinking and trust God? And the third step told me the same power that brought me here will continue to guide me if I let him. But who want to stop thinking and trust God? All right, God, I got a few showers under my belt now. All right, God, I got the woman now. All right, God, I got the apartment now. All right, God, I don't need you no more. Sherman, didn't you find out in 3 what self-will would do to your ass? Have you found out what self-will would do to you? So when I look in the mirror, I ask God, I see the enemy. See, this is even so vicious, it would make me think y'all are the enemy. Y'all not my enemy. I see my enemy every morning. I look in the mirror. Can you imagine waiting on somebody else to get better so you can have a good day? So what I'm saying is, Carla ain't having a good day, I ain't having a good day. So I make a decision, man. I make a decision to turn it over. Turn it over, take it, God, it ain't mine no more. You ain't saved me for me. You ain't saved me for me. It's about me already be dead. So I had to make a decision. I had to make a decision to go on with the rest of this program. If I really got a third step in my life, I ain't scared to take the rest of the steps. The third step is about going on. God, let me see where you're going to take me. Let me see where you're going to take me. God going to introduce you to you. Once God introduces you to you, you ain't got no business talking about nobody else. Come on, man, because when I looked in my backyard, so I make this decision. I want y'all to stay with me because I kept telling y'all I hated God. Why, Sherman, why did you hate God? Why did you hate God? I found out I had some liabilities. I found out I had some assets. See, saw through the confusion, the contradiction and the confusion. Hold up. Maybe some people are still confused because they ain't sorting through it yet. I got to sort through the contradiction and the confusion. What was the real pattern, Alexa? What was the real pattern? The book say, come on, stay with me, y'all. The book say this book deal with spiritual matters. Stay with me. What was the real pattern? I be listening. I be in meetings. I be listening. I haven't heard nobody say it yet. The real pattern is I kept misplacing my faith. I kept misplacing my faith. So since I've been clean this time, every day I had the same prayer, right? God, please don't let me fill the void with the wrong thing. Because if I fill the void with the wrong thing, then one more time, I'm doing the same thing, repeating the same thing and expecting different results. God, please don't let me fill the void with the wrong thing, right? That was my pattern. It can easily be my pattern again when I get too key. So I do the inventory. I don't stop there. Hold up, this ain't no 3-step program. Ain't 2-step program. Ain't 4-step program. I don't stop there. See, because whenever I think I got a secret, it's ones who know about the secret that I think I got. Whenever you think you got a secret, it's one who know about the secret that you think you got, and that's where it's going to attack you at. It's called the disease of addiction. It died at the exposure of life. The symbol talks about freedom. The symbol talk about freedom. In the beginning, it talks about freedom. The 5th step talks about freedom. The 5th tradition talks about freedom. How do I achieve this freedom? Because it's a motherfucker being in recovery, still in bondage without the use of a substance. So how I get free, Carla? Can y'all get sponsorship a hand? Backbone of the program. It's nothing like finding somebody you can trust. That's why I listen. I had to listen. I had to watch people. I used to steal stashes in the street. People never caught me because I watched people. So I had to watch somebody. And somebody I had to be able to share that stuff with. It's no coincidence that it works high and wide. They say the 5th step is the surgery of the spirit. My spirit have always been fucked up. So I had to find somebody. So I found somebody. So the other option I use is the group. Hold up, it say the group is the most powerful. Hold up. I need to say this, right? If you, it say medicine, religion. Hold up. If you take medicine, take your medicine. We got a tradition in here that say we are non-fucking professional. Who the hell are you to tell somebody that don't take their medicine? If you on Zoloft, take it. If you on Prozac, take it. Psychiatry, if you want to go lay on a couch, go lay on the couch. That's your option. Go lay on the couch. If you want to, religion, right? If you just want to, just go to church and keep going to church and doing all that, go to fucking church. No. But it say none of those things, none of them things was suspicion for us. It's our disease always, hold up, he always resurface. So remember when you were in the church, he gonna resurface. I see Brian sitting down there, I love Brian to death. Brian always say, man, I get a funky thought in church too. The thing about it is they don't have nowhere, like he said, they don't have nowhere to go share about it. At least I can come here and share about my funky thought. But it's like, man, the group is the most powerful vehicle that we have in carrying this message, man. The group. So that's how I find my freedom. I find my freedom using my sponsor. I find my freedom using the group. I find my freedom using my network, the therapeutic value of one addict helping another, man. God brought me here. People keep talking about the outside help. Well, why don't you try the inside help before you try the outside help? You know, one thing I like about the 6th step, I always hear people say that the 6th step toward the back out here. The 6th step is a setup for the vision. See, the reason why we keep coming in, once you walk in that door, and once you get in touch with these steps, and once you get in touch with this program, you no longer have an excuse to do what you want to do. You're doing it because you want to do it. Don't blame it on the disease. sixth step. Listen, Stevie Wonder, you know what? Stevie Wonder couldn't see, but Stevie Wonder had vision. A lot of us, I'm gonna keep it on me. I don't wanna be able to see and have no vision. I don't want to be able to see and have no vision. I got vision today. Perhaps this step is an awesome step. Perhaps for the first time, we see a vision of our new life. With this insight, we put our willingness into action by moving to 7. I did not come here to be a derelict in recovery. I referenced Brian and I referenced my sponsor, Calvin W. The message is hope. All that insanity is hope, the message is hope. How do I get better in this process? Sherman, how many ask God? If you ask him, come on, Sherman, you got to find a new coping mechanism, man. You can't live like that. The rules of the street only make sense in the street. You can't hit people in the head no more. Leave that shit out there. Sherman, it's about getting better. You got a vision of where you're trying to go. Man, you can get better, man. Lost dreams, we awaken, man. The seventh edition tell us, man, that those dreams we gave up long ago, man, we can achieve them now, man. Man, the drug stole my dream. Narcotics Anonymous has given me an opportunity to recapture my dreams, man. I had dreams, man. You understand? I got in here, man. I heard people. Thank you, Brian. My woman will tell you, man. Thank you. I got that tape from Murder Beast when I had 1 year clean, man. And you talked about going back to school. The therapeutic value of one addict helping another, man. I heard him say it, man. I heard when I was loving everything was sharing, man. I went back to school. I got my high school diploma. I went and got my CAC license. Today I'm in a bachelor's program at the University of the District of Columbia, getting my bachelor's degree in psychology. I got a 3.5 grade average. I'm talking about dreams, man, recapture, man. God has put me in a position to recapture my dream, man. I always wanted to be a lawyer, man. Do you know at the end of the semester I'm getting with the advisor and talk about law school, man? Now, I ain't talking about I'm fucking this person, I'm fucking that person, I'm getting proud. No, man, that's already done where you at, but that ain't where I'm at. Don't get mad with me if I'm not there. I don't want that for me. I did that in active addiction. Damn, I gotta come in recovery and repeat the same shit in recovery clean. So I only ask God, man, God ain't never left me. I was the one to always leave him, Paul. Hey, Step, as soon as I put you on the list, baby, I'm already remembering the relationship with the God of my understanding. I'm already doing it. I'm already doing it. You know, I thank God for my sponsor. I get mad with people in here. People do all kinds of crazy shit in here. My sponsor says, Sherman, you don't get mad with sick people. After coming to NA, we realized we were sick people. You put them on the list and you pray for them. It's about me getting better. The theme is, what can I do through service? Back to our symbol. I'm going to tie it in with the 9th step. Proper service is doing the right things for the right reason. And each positive move on my part will be matched by an unexpected opportunity. So I went back to school. My mother, I went back to school. My mother went back to school, and she getting her bachelor's degree, and she get ready to graduate next year. Each positive move, man. And I got clean. My first job when I got clean was on a needle exchange truck. The same truck I used to go on and turn my dirty needles in. A guy was coming on the truck. The guy saw me. He said, damn, man, shit, Sherman, I know it's some hope for me. You just keep doing what you're doing. The snowstorm came. I went to Grove Pharmacy last week to get my medicine. The guy was in there, and he had 2 weeks clean. try to wrap this. I'm gonna try to wrap this up, right? Because she telling me, listen. The 11th edition. Listen, I gotta say this because the literature say the information available to us came from misinformed people. So why do we get informed and still give out misinformed information? I want to ask all y'all a question. What is a circuit speaker? If the 12 steps is about being a maximum service to God and mankind, right, then I understand that long as God continue to rise me to the top each and every day, I have a debt to God that I can never repay back. The 11th edition says, hold up. So when y'all label one of these people, or y'all label whoever as that, next time, read your 11th edition. Right? The 11th edition say, to be a maximum service to the still suffering addicts, we must energetically seek to carry this message throughout our cities, towns, and villages. So all I'm doing is what he saved me to do. It's time to my 11th step. What is your prayer? When you saw through meditation, Sherman, what is you praying for? God, please let me be an instrument in the reflection of your love. Let me be an instrument in the reflection of your love. It's a guy right here that lives right here in Lancaster. The chair of this program, he had 2 months clean. The guy heard the CD that I did somewhere, and so the guy asked the guy, he said, can I get his number before I can call him? He called me 3 months clean. He called me 4 months clean. He called me 5 months clean. He called me 6 months clean. He called me 7 months clean. He called me 8 months clean, 9 months clean. I did the main meeting in Wilkesboro. He begged the dude to bring him to Wilkesboro to hear me share. Listen, this, Brian, I struggle. People beat you up, they attack you when you start getting used. I struggle. Lil tell you I struggle sometimes. School is overwhelming sometimes, right? Because sometimes I don't know how to have my priorities in place because I want to take NA commitments and I get behind in my schoolwork and I struggle sometimes, Tony. I struggle sometimes, Frank. I came home one day, man, and I was struggling. I was ready to sing that Dauphine national anthem. I put my key in the mailbox, man. I got a letter out. It was from this dude, man. It was this dude from the dude right here. He said, man, you are a part of my dream team. I wanted to cry. Listen, last week, is you in the house, Craig? Last week, this is how this thing worked. Last Saturday, Craig celebrated 1 year clean. Man, the 12 step, the 12 step is real simple. It's about the joy of living. If you clean and you're not happy, something is wrong. If you clean and you're not happy, something is wrong. I'm talking about, listen to me, I'm HIV positive. I've been HIV positive for 13 years. Recovery is not a spectator sport. You got to participate. Listen, I came in here with 4 teeth. Somebody say, man, won't you go get some teeth? I went and got a set. Listen, man, I had open wounds all over my body for almost 15 years that the magnets was coming out. As a result of working this program, for the last 5 years, all my wounds are closed up. Being HIV positive, if I had a choice to ask God to take one of these diseases from me, it wouldn't be HIV. It'd be the disease of addiction. Because if I don't take care of that, I'm not going to take care of nothing. I don't care about my viral load being undetectable or having a CD4 count of 1100. If I use, all that is out the door. So what I'm saying to you is, no matter what happens in this process, I can't afford to let nothing become bigger than my disease. Nothing. So the 12th step is about the joy of living. And I need to say this, man, because the literature say the information available to us came from misinformed people. Why the hell are we always telling people the disease is doing push-ups? The disease is doing push-ups. My disease ain't doing no motherfucking push-ups. The disease is already in check. The 12th step told me the disease is sitting and waiting to take over again. If you are a multiple relapser, keep coming. I'm in the 12th step. If you are a multiple relapser, keep coming. It is a joy. It is a joy. I've been in detox, treatment, and transition 28 plus times. I've been in and out of Narcotics Anonymous since March of 1985. I just celebrated 6 years in December. It is a joy of watching a person who was struggling finally able to get the message. So as you are a multiple relapse in here, keep coming. You think I care about what you say about me? That disease, hold up, that disease whoop my ass. Fuck you. Care about what you say about me? Man, I love this program. Like Carla said, I love this program. It's hard sometimes, Carla. You know, because what I can't understand, right? You know, I go to a lot of meetings and they say, well, here come this literature reading person again. Or here come this person that like to share about the literature. But Carla, the only thing I ever wanted to do was stop. The 12 traditions, the 12 steps, the 12 concepts, the basic text is the only thing that ever stopped me. The more you talk about me reading it, the more I'm going to read it. So in closing, because I'm nothing without y'all. In closing, you know, it say just for today. Just for today. Just for today. Because I got a disease that if I try to deal with tomorrow, I will get high today. Just for today, my thoughts will be on my recovery. Living and enjoying life without the use of drugs. Just for today, I will have faith in someone. Thank you, East of the River. Thank you, East of the River. Thank you, CPI CNA. Thank you. Thank you, Philly. Yes, sir. Thank you, Baltimore. Thank you, Wilkesboro. Thank you, Philly. Thank you, Pittsburgh. Thank y'all. Thank you, Wilkesboro. Because it ain't just for today. I will have faith in someone who believes in me and wants to help me in my recovery. The border, the base, the high point of freedom. All those people believe in me. Just for the day, I will have a program. I will pray. I will go to a meeting. I will take my medicine. I will try not to hurt nobody. Just for the day, I will have a program. And I will try to follow it through the best of my ability. Just for the day through NA, I would try to get a better perspective. What is a perspective? A perspective is an outlook. If you ain't wake up ill this morning, or you ain't had your eyeball stuck to the peephole last night, geeking, your ass needs to be grateful. A perspective is an outlook. Just for the day through NA, I would be unafraid. My thoughts will be on my new associations, people who are not using and who have found a new way of life. So long as I follow that way, thanks for allowing me to share.